Welcome to the Evolution of Gaming podcast in partnership with Horrible Night, where there's never enough time in the day for video games. Check them out online at horriblenight.com. The Evolution of Gaming podcast is where we take a look at video games from years gone by. We'll give you a little bit of history of the game as we play and also tell stories from our experiences with the game. I'm Andy Hunsucker, Mangler103 on YouTube, and joining me as always is Jason P. Thompson, jpthompsLP on YouTube.
Hello, everybody.
We play on the original hardware whenever possible, and as you can see this week, we are playing Harvest Moon. This is the original PlayStation version, and I'm actually playing this on my PS3, Jason.
Yeah, I see that, because you're not holding a Nintendo controller, it seems, so...
Do I not have a save game? I thought I had a save game on here already. Maybe I played this a little bit. All right, well, let's just start then. So, Jason... I was sort of surprised to find out that you don't know anything about this game.
I am only aware of the name. I did not, like if you just said Harvest Moon, I would have thought, I don't know, something Sailor Moon-esque.
So Harvest Moon is the premier farming simulation game.
So not on Facebook?
No, not on Facebook. So the idea is you get a farm... And you get to run that farm however you like with, whatever sort of crops you like. And I'll just make it A. That's fine. But we'll go anonymous. Oh, dang it. Yeah, so they don't do months here. So my birthday's in the fall, and I'll make it the second day of the fall. And... oh dear, this could get ugly. No, that's bad. I don't want that. I was trying to do an N. Seriously, an N. I'll name the farm after myself because that's how great it is.
It's like Terra.
Sure.
And Gone with the Wind.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, you had to name everything.
Wow.
We'll name him Bill. Yes.
Well, it looks like this came out in 96.
Yeah, there was a version, at least one version before this on the Super Nintendo, which you can get on Virtual Console, and I have that Virtual Console version. But you get a farm, you grow crops, you take care of animals, you visit the town, and this is pretty much it. It sounds dumb, but it's so enthralling. This is not my preferred version of the game. And this is a common thing, like it's your grandpa's farm, and, he had a whole thing going, and, it wasn't, it was neglected, so you have to fix it up first, and this is a weird angle for a Harvest Moon game. Normally you're sort of top down. Yeah.
Well, what's really funny is I'm looking at some reference material, and it says in the version of the game released in America, all references to alcohol are changed to juice.
That doesn't surprise me, actually.
So is there a lot of juice in this game?
This version, I don't know, but...
Is there, you two have to attend, Juice Anonymous meetings?
I don't think so. But yeah, it's... all the games sort of have a similar thing. These games have been out for a long time, and there's a new version on every console that comes out, except for, it's usually on Nintendo consoles. And, it has a little story attached to it, and, I think this is you meeting your grandpa. Yeah. We'll try to skip past as much of this as we can. Grandpa doesn't have time for us. We'll meet the children in the village, and those people will be my friends now as I'm coming back. And I'm riding a cow, and I got knocked off the cow. Now he's teaching me how to ride a horse. Is the horse going to knock me off too? No, but apparently I'm hanging out with the chickens. I'm scared of the chickens.
Well, yeah, when they're the size of you.
Yes. I think there's a boat involved here. He keeps falling down. He's not very good at this, our guy.
Oh, goodness. You can get married?
Yes, there's a whole romance aspect to this game, and...
oh, wow. I just saw how you can get pregnant in the game.
yes, you can have kids. You can raise animals, so you can raise chickens and cows, usually. You can usually get a horse.
That's creepy.
Yes, this is actually a Silent Hill version of Harvest Moon.
Don't play with the lights off.
So usually you have a few options to romance someone, different people. My preferred version of this game is, there's a couple versions on the GameCube, and I can't remember. I think it's Magic Melody, maybe, is the name of the game, that I like on the GameCube. I played dozens of hours of that.
So is it just the same game that just rehash it differently, or?
It basically, they all share similar elements. So you always have a farm. You always have to water your crops manually. You always have to... you always have the same season structure. You always have a town nearby. You always have cows and horses and stuff like that. But like, there's a version called Rune Factory that is actually a like an RPG version of this, where you have to go fight monsters in addition to raising your farm. And there's another version where you are there's like a future version, I think on PlayStation 2 or 3, where, you know, you're building robots to help you raise your animals and stuff. But, I mean, one of the things that this game always does is that you start out with really primitive tools, and you have to do every little thing manually. And then, after a while, what ends up happening is you sort of get better at everything, or get better tools, so you can actually do more in a day.
So it's like Minecraft.
It is kind of like Minecraft, actually. It's not as free as Minecraft, but it's, yeah.
If
If you want to do everything by yourself,
yeah,
you will like this game.
It's just what you always get these days. It's like there were games before Minecraft.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and I don't think I've put probably 200, 300 hours into various Harvest Moon games over the years. I don't think I've ever actually won a Harvest Moon game, because literally you can sink 80 hours into it and get to like the end of the first year.
What is the winning condition?
I have no idea. I've never seen the end of this game. I've never even researched it. I don't know.
Well, hopefully it's something epic if you put that much time into it.
I hope so. All right, so I don't like this version because it's the isometric view and it's hard to figure out where you're going.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like, this is a PS1 game, so you don't technically have the sticks. You only have the sort of thing here. So yeah, so I've got, let's see here. So you can carry some tools with you. I don't think I need the sickle, but I will need the axe to sort of clean things up a bit. All right, and the hammer will break stones. Yeah, so I want this to be top-down. They did this in 3D, which, you know, is nice. I think this is probably the first Harvest Moon game in 3D, but...
I mean, have they, like, what's the most recent version of it, roughly, year-wise?
I think I've got it on 3DS. I imagine that's the newest version that just came out, and that one is called... I don't have it right here, but...
so, I mean, this is still something that's obviously very popular.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Maybe not as much in America, but definitely in Japan, and, you know... Yeah, the Yodel Ranch, I can buy chicken and other animals there. So you always have a place to buy different animals and tools and stuff like that. I mean, there's probably 30 or 40 games in this series, Jason. It's nuts. And they usually come out... And some of the games are sort of just crap because they end up doing... You know, like there was one game... There's like a few games on the Nintendo DS, and it was, you know... The two games... One game came out 1 year, and another game came out like a year later, and they were essentially the same game, except in one you could only play as a boy, and the other one you had a choice of playing as a boy or a girl. And they always start out with a lot of explanation here, so maybe we'll get to do some farming here in a bit, but it's a really interesting series, and I think the Super Nintendo version is far superior to this. And I've got that one on Virtual Console. Maybe someday we'll look at that, because I actually have a save game.
Right. Well, the year that I referenced earlier, because I was just referencing the Super NES version, that was the original date. It looks like the PlayStation version came out in like 99.
Oh, okay.
Is what this is saying here. And then it was ported to the PlayStation 3 in 2008.
Okay.
So...
Yeah, so this is the we don't have the disc of this. These games actually get really, really expensive, the original discs. I went to a game store locally, Jason, that sells N64 carts. They had the N64 version of Harvest Moon, and they were charging $65 for it.
Wow.
For the cartridge, which, if that doesn't sound insane to you, it should.
Although now that I'm looking at it, who knows what actually date this really came out? Because like you said, there's like 50 different versions.
Exactly.
So, because the most recent one, let's see, did come out last year, which would be 2012.
Yeah.
Is it called A New Beginning?
That sounds right. In fact, I think I do have my stack here. Yes, A New Beginning.
Okay.
A New Beginning. I also really like the Rune Factory versions, because one of the things that happens in Harvest Moon is, as you're getting started, you either have way too much to do or nothing to do.
Well, there's a Vita version, Andy.
I actually have the Vita version. I have the PSP version, and I didn't really care for that one either. That I could play on my Vita, and I actually tried to play this one on my Vita too, but it was too difficult.
Yeah, there's one called Hero of the Leaf Valley.
Oh, okay.
For the Vita from 2009.
Okay, interesting. That might be the version I have. Maybe they're just calling it a Vita version on certain places in a PSP. I was pretty sure I bought like a PS. Oh God, look at this guy. He the town tough. Okay, yes, this is a trope in the game as well. When you get all of your stuff, you drop your goods into the bin, and then he comes by and picks them up, and then that's how you get money. So it's sort of like there's like an economy to it as well. Yeah, and there's always festival days. There's always holidays. So it's one of those games, Jason, I can understand why some people would not be excited about it at all. Mm-hmm. But it's one of those games that I've always loved. And I loved it even before I played it for the first time, because... So I can sort of switch out weapons here. Well, not weapons. So there's the...
I think I have seen a little bit of the top-down version.
Yeah.
Because this, honestly, seeing that and then seeing this, this doesn't kind of appeal to me.
Yeah.
This look, I don't know why. It just seems a little, I don't know, dated, but not in the right kind of way.
Yeah.
Not in the nostalgic kind of way.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just something about games that are in this era.
Yeah.
That are kind of, they were trying.
Well, I think we've seen that early 3D games, in general, kind of don't hold up that well, just because of sort of the nature of those games.
Well, they're close to being, polished in terms of what we're used to now.
Yeah.
You can kind of see the connecting elements, whereas when you get something that's, in that, old Nintendo flavor,
yeah,
Genesis flavor, it's just kind of I think the older you are, the more prone you're to be attracted to that kind of style. It seems like that's making a little bit of a resurgence.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is also what I'm doing right now. This is another trope. Generally, and this is not a thing in the more recent versions that I've seen, but generally you have a big farm, a big space, but it's not all developed yet. And part of your job is to develop the whole thing.
Yeah, that's what I feel like I'm pretty familiar with. It's just watching people and it might be the one where you have to go fight.
Oh, doggy.
Where you have to go fight the monsters and stuff. I think that's... Yeah. I actually seen a little bit of gameplay of that one.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, you have to go fight like this, you know, I don't know, like demon monster, and then I have to go home and like water my crops.
Yeah.
And I saw that. I'm pretty sure I saw that. And I was just like, what the hell?
Yeah. And this is another thing that's common in these early versions of the game, where you've got a big stone, but you do not have, you can't hammer that yet. So there's like a leveling up system as well.
Who did you just whistle at?
I think it's the dog. Yeah, see, the dog is happy now that I whistled at him. So I can switch around tools, and I should have a watering can, but I'm betting I have to go into town to get a watering can.
I thought it was in your toolbox.
All right, I don't think I saw it, but
it
must be there. Probably. Oops. Ugh.
I'm playing the game better than you are.
You are, actually. You're paying attention. I'm just hitting buttons.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the blue thing in your toolbox.
All right.
Yeah, I kind of can't see how it's like you kind of have to walk around and figure out where you are before you know.
Yeah.
Know where you're going.
I already know. There it is. Yeah, okay. I don't think I need the hammer anymore. So it's like a farming RPG, really. Mm-hmm. That's really, I think, the best way to describe it. Now, before I can do anything here, I have to get some seeds. So I think I have to go into town here and go pick up some seeds in order to plant, so I can water them, and then I can go through the process of actually growing some crops. And I don't think we'll see crops grown by the end of this video. It's going to take too long, because it generally takes about 5 days to do that.
How quickly? I mean, I haven't been paying attention to the time in the top corner. How long does that?
You sleep. So at the end of the day, yeah, see, I can improve my tools. So when you run out of energy, basically.
Right, but how long does time sort of tick off?
I mean, I can't really, I don't know for sure. I would say maybe, you know, throughout the whole day, it's maybe somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes. I would say 10 minutes would be the absolute maximum. But basically, you can end a day at any time by just going to sleep.
Gotcha. You don't have to, like, wait for anybody.
No. You don't have to sit around the whole time. You just go to sleep, and then you wake up, and it's the next day. All right. So let's get out of here, because we can't do that. We don't have enough money. I need to figure out. I wasn't paying attention when he was touring me around the town, so I need to figure out which one of these is actually the seed shop.
Okay, so that between the time I asked you and between now, I think 10 minutes game time passed off.
Yeah.
Because it was 50 minutes, and now it's an hour.
Yeah.
And there's another 10 minutes.
This girl's like sweating me. What the hell?
So I think, it ticks off pretty quick.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was trying to get fresh with you.
I know.
Break in.
Yes, that is the appropriate reaction to that.
It's Harvest Moon Payday.
Oh yeah, Payday. Payday the Heist is pretty good. Yeah. Payday 2 at least. I actually have Payday 1 that I realized I got from PlayStation Plus, but okay, this can't be where I get seeds. Where the heck do I get seeds in this game?
Ask the old lady. Where are the seeds? Should steal their mail.
Yeah, that's another thing in this game. You always get mail, like it's an important part of the game. Like you don't find out certain things unless you've checked your mail. And, you know, it has a calendar, and it also has weather. So, like, you have to water your plants every day, Jason. But if you sort of decide, it's raining today, you don't have to water the plants. And then you don't have to worry about, things like you can go do other stuff during the day. Because it takes probably 5 minutes to water your plants, especially if you got a bunch of them. Which is why it's so important that your tools upgrade.
So you have to do them like one by one.
Exactly.
Okay, so I could see how maybe that would be...
You have 20 plants. You have to go and touch each one of them. So I think this is the seed shop, or at least it's a shop of some kind.
Looks like a speakeasy.
I know. Okay, good. I'm stealing from this guy then.
So now in like the Super NES version, was it pretty common for like your actual character to look pretty like non-detailed, and then for it to do like the real detailed like picture of the person when they're talking?
It wasn't common in the Super NES version. You would just have
like dialogue boxes.
Yeah. This is something new, but this is common in the game now.
Right, that's what I mean. Like, this is just a common style in most games,
Yeah.
you know, in this style. But
Yeah.
I was just wondering if they attempted to pull that off in the Super
Not
NES.
that I remember. I don't remember seeing it that way, but yeah, it's very common in the...
Well, just because, like, you could see the streaks in that guy's hair, even though
Exactly.
it wasn't, like, the picture of him, like, you know, like her, that she didn't look as close to what her picture looks like. I think they're trying to sexualize her picture a bit, but
Yeah.
like, the guy at the counter looks, you know, almost identical, so I think you have to jump up on the counter and punch
There
him
we go.
repeatedly until he gives you what you want.
All right, so I think that's fish food. No, I don't need fish food. I don't want to buy any of those, actually.
I think he was sad that you didn't want it.
I know. He's like, what's up with that, dude? Okay, I don't think I'm gonna get seeds here, actually. What is that? Curry powder. This is a food shop.
Yeah.
All right, so let's keep walking down the road here. I don't care if we have to play all night, Jason. I'm getting some seeds and we're planting some crops before the end of the day. You might have other plans, but that's what I'm doing.
Magic of editing, I suppose.
Yeah. Although I'm surprised it makes me walk this far to
Well,
get
that's a
seeds.
hospital.
That's the hospital. Okay, yes. That sign clearly said hospital.
I got your back.
Good. Because I need the help, because I have no idea where the seed shop is.
They have a different kind of seed there, if you know what I mean.
What? Okay, so...
That would be messed up if there was like a sperm bank.
Yeah.
This is your sperm bank.
Alright, let's see if this will do the trick.
That's how you get money for your crops. That looks like a casino.
It does. This is the bar, I think.
Why does it look like like his mustache on the little character in the game there's like a string, so it's like a fake mustache.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like a little disguised mustache. Or his nose, actually. Looks like he has an orange nose.
Yeah.
So basically, you know, so this isn't the version that you like fight anything in.
No.
So it is just simply fun time, crop, you know, marrying, flirting with girls,
Yes.
talking to shop owners, oh woe is me kind of game.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Alright, this isn't the place. Okay, guys, I'm totally convinced we're back, and I'm totally convinced this is the worst version of Harvest Moon I've ever played. I've been cursing a lot over the past 20 minutes or so.
But it's raining. You don't have to water your non...
I don't have to water my... Oh, wait, I don't have any plants because I can't find any seeds. So we looked this up. Jason looked this up. And Jason, tell us where the seeds are.
Apparently they're in the supermarket.
Okay.
You can go buy turnips in a bag of turnips.
So we tried to go do this on the previous day in-game. However, the supermarket's closed on Tuesdays, which is a normal thing for supermarkets to do.
It's true.
This is something that Harvest Moon does. I've never understood why they do this. Random businesses are closed on random days. And also they don't open till a certain time in the morning, which I guess is realistic, but it's not open till 9 a.m. So we have to literally stand here for this, and I'm very unhappy with Harvest Moon right now, because I want this to be entertaining, so now the only thing that can be entertaining is how annoyed I am. So I can just talk about how annoyed I am that Harvest Moon is doing this to me. Look at this guy. What are you doing? Oh, you can go in, jerk. Let me in, let me in. See, I thought I went in that door earlier and they didn't sell me any seeds, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. We're not playing back the recording to find out, but what? That's creepy. Is that a mafia box? Is that what that is? It's like, how is your mother and father? Do you know where they're at? I do. I know exactly where they live. Oh, come on, clock. Tick away. If we cannot buy seeds here, we're done. If we can't actually buy seeds here, then we're going to wrap it up. There we go. All right. So 9 a.m. Yeah, I came in here and I didn't think I couldn't find any seeds.
Well, it says a bag of turnips.
Yeah, but that's not seeds.
I don't know. That's what the interwebs told me.
All right, I'm going to go talk to this guy. Well, if you would sell me what I want, I would give you money.
What are these bags on the middle table here? The island.
All right, let's look at that. Fruit and veg. Yes! Dun, 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 dun.
Pretty good at this game for not ever seeing it.
You just have fresh eyes, and I'm so annoyed right now. I'm just blind with rage. Turnip seeds, yes. Buy me some turnip seeds.
So all of you people that were screaming at, I'm going to say screaming at Andy because I didn't know better.
Oh, yeah, you should scream at me.
Earlier, and they were leaving all the comments.
Yep.
You can delete them now.
Yes. Yes.
Because we know some people, even ourselves, are prone to typing out comments before the video's over.
Yes. I do that quite a bit, actually. But I don't usually put in nasty comments before the video's over.
Right.
I mean, I don't do that anyways, but...
And you figured out how to sprint.
I figured out how to sprint. That's definitely helpful. Now, here's the other trick with Harvest Moon games. The seeds are not one-to-one. Like, you don't just drop one seed on each plot of land. So every Harvest Moon game seems to do this a little differently. Some of them plant from the center, so you have to stand in the center of the plot and drop all the seeds. Some of them plant from the edge. So I don't know which is which right now. So we're gonna have to figure this out. I don't even know how to get my seeds going. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna assume my seeds are now in my toolbox, and I can drop them. Are you standing in front of the toolbox? Yeah, what could be in the toolbox? Show me. There they are. Okay, good. Alright, I don't need that thing. Alright, so usually my MO in these games is I end up wasting some of the seeds because I just do. Because, again, it's weird. They don't actually tell you necessarily which direction it goes. So let's try this from here. There we go. Okay, good. So it is from the center. Oh, actually, it's even more than that, so... I missed some. Oh, well. But anyways, you guys get the idea. So I plant all these seeds. Now, after about 4 days, these will grow into turnips, and then I can harvest the turnips and put them in there, and then afford more tools to clear out more of this space, and, you know, in time off, I can sort of clear stuff like this out. And I've got a sickle as well that I can sort of get rid of some of this stuff with a little quicker. You do run out of energy sometimes, but I'm just so annoyed with this game. I love some versions of Harvest Moon, Jason, but this one I don't think it's very good. The Super NES version, very good. The DS versions, the 3DS version I'm playing right now is pretty good. But this one, I'm not having it, Jason.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
So, anyways, enough of me complaining. Let's just go ahead and get out of here. Oh, dang it. See, that's the other thing about this version. It doesn't show you where you're gonna hit. I actually think the Super NES version didn't do that either, but because it's not an isometric view like this, it's fairly easy to tell. Future versions actually show you with a little, like, rectangle where you're actually about to strike, which is very helpful. But anyways, let's get out of here. Thank you guys for watching. This has been the Evolution of Gaming podcast in partnership with HorribleNight.com. I am Andy.
And I'm Jason.
And we'll see you next time.